Trust is the foundation of relationships. It's the foundation of relationships. It allows us to be vulnerable with each other. It allows us to give part of ourselves, right? If I trust you, I'm going to open myself up and I'm going to give of myself, right? Those walls, those boundaries, as I trust you more, they're going to come down. Why are they going to come down? Because I trust that you're not going to hurt me. I trust that you're not going to hurt me emotionally. I trust that you're not going to hurt me physically. I trust that you're not going to hurt me sexually, right? I trust you. As I trust you more, the walls and walls come down. What happens though if someone breaks your trust? Then guess what? We have to put the walls back up. We have to put the walls back up. Why are the walls there? The walls are there to protect us, protect you from that person hurting you, right? So the trust is the foundation of the relationship. The more I trust you, the more I can open up and the more I can be vulnerable. All right. So what we have to do is, part of what we have to do is I say, okay, I know who you are. I have known you long enough that I trust that you're the person who you are showing up. You are showing up the person that I believe who you are. You're showing up in this world, and I know who you are as a person, right? I know who you are as a person. At least I believe I know who you are as a person, okay? So I'm going to trust that you're going to keep showing up that way, all right? I have confidence that you're going to keep showing up that way. Now, at any point, you could show up differently in this world, and then I got to figure out if I can still trust you. But at this point, I can trust you, okay? I can trust you. So part of the trust is I'm going to trust you, so I'm going to give some trust to you, but also I'm going to trust myself. I'm going to trust myself and say, if for some reason you show up and you decide to make a decision that goes against my expectations, okay, that what I expected of who you were going to show up to be, who you show up to be, if you break that expectation, then I'm going to trust myself that I can handle whatever it is, right? I can handle whatever that is that you broke, that trust that you broke. I'm going to be able to handle that, okay? So part of the trust is on you, and I'm going to trust that you keep showing up that way, so I'm going to open myself up. And part of it is the trust I have in myself. I'm going to keep believing in myself that if for some reason you break my trust, that I can handle it and I can take care of myself when you broke my trust. Does that make sense? So sometimes what we have to do is we have to say, okay, well, you broke my trust. Okay, you're gonna now have to show me a pattern that the person that I thought you were, that you're gonna now have to show that pattern again and again and again. At some point though, y'all, that person isn't going to be able to give you certainty. They're not going to be able to give you certainty that they're not going to break your trust again, okay? So when they're not able to give you certainty, you have to believe in yourself. You have to say to yourself, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and give you more of my trust. I'm going to let those walls come down. And as those walls come down, and maybe they come down slower than they did last time, okay? But I'm going to put that trust in myself. I'm going to put that trust in myself to say, okay, as I let the walls down, I'm going to trust myself that if for some reason you break that trust again, I'm going to be able to handle it. I'm going to be able to trust in myself that I'm going to be able to handle it. Now, some people give a lot of trust to a person. They let those walls down, but then they don't have the trust in themselves, right, to be able to handle it if the trust is broken. And so they spiral out of control. They keep giving trust, but they can't handle it themselves. And then that's when they become emotionally dysregulated. So I think it's a two-part process where I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust that you're going to keep showing up of who I think you are, right? But if you break my trust, I know that I can handle it. I can handle it. All right? Does that make sense? That makes sense? On track, now we going way up.